Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. Oh my god, it's still on sped up mode. In the last episode, we did some more work for Cortec, and we did such a good job helping to recover the ICPD, the intracranial pressure destabilizer, and also defending a warehouse from an attack by an unknown mercenary group, that Mr. Simmons himself promoted us, and now we are working directly for him. He's given us a task to go into the sewer system and bring him back the head of Mr. Cornell, leader of the Acid Hunters gang, who we're looking for anyway. So we'll go ahead and get that head for him. It may be smashed, it may be flattened, but we're gonna bring it back to him. What else did we do? Right, we also did some more arena, and I think we have 2 more matches until our final match versus Dreadlord. I'm looking forward to finishing that. We might do that in this episode as well. Finally, at the end of the last episode, I spent some time looking at what we could craft with all the incredible ingredients I now have for better armor and for shielding purposes. And we need an effective skill level of 160 in both mechanics to make the armor and electronics to make the shield. So we're not gonna have that. I don't think we'll even have it after I get the player housing and we get the workbenches. I don't think I'll still have enough. We'll be close, but not quite there. So we might have to wait till one more level. Until we can actually make the endgame armor that I want to make. Off screen, I went and tried to get some better super steel, and 6,000 charons, and about 3 hours later, sorry, a few seconds everyone. Okay, I want all that stuff. I have a quality 147 or 142 super steel and a quality 71. Oh, garbage for one of them. But that was the best I got after many hours of just waiting around and checking the merchant. So, on this note, I finally gave in and went to the Fearless Cheat Engine site to grab a cheat table that some blessed person decided to put together for Underrail. Thank you, sir. And I forgot that I no longer have the Fearless Cheat Engine on my computer. I thought I kept it. I'm sorry, so I had it, I was using it for Aeodor Genesis for some time. But when I put in the new hard disks back in early December, I lost the Fearless Cheat Engine. So now I'll be picking it up later today, and I will be using it to stop myself from having to waste hours of my life in frustration when it comes to the super steel mechanic of this game. I think I've vented before about it. I really dislike what I consider to be mindless busy work. And before I go any further, you guys know I really, really love this game. I have like 900 something hours invested in it. It's one of the games I've played. It's an amazing game. And I can't stand some parts of it. I think it's like that for all the games that I really enjoy playing. Any game that I absolutely love, there's a few things that drive me up the wall about it. And I don't understand why, to me, I'm so obsessed with the handful of bad things with the games I love. But I am! I'm totally obsessed with it. Totally 100% obsessed with it. In this game, it's I ranted about the oddity system before, but the oddity system isn't a problem. Not at all, because you don't have to play with it. I wish it had been worked a little differently somehow. And even though I know I said I dislike it, I love the idea that they tried. It's just, in practice it doesn't work out the way that I had wanted. And while we're here, by the way, everyone, we're gonna try fishing. Let's see what we can get. Now, I don't think we'll catch anything in this area. Supposedly, not this particular pool that we're fishing in right now, but somewhere along here, I think the last pool, you can actually get a ghost head from, if the wiki pages for this game are to be believed. I've never gotten one here. I've never been able to... the fish always escape whenever I make the attempt, but maybe we'll get lucky enough to get one this time. We'll have to get super lucky with our low decks. Okay. So we're gonna fish again. Oh! That wasn't quite what I wanted to do. Let's put it here. Oh! That's even more awkward. But we'll leave it here. Yeah, so it's the oddity system. I wish it didn't take as much farming to level up in that system. And I wish there was somehow more oddities where the leveling could keep up with the classic game. But in the end, I guess oddity mode keeps you lower level, which means that you're leveling throughout the entirety of the game rather than becoming the max level at about the 2/3 to 3/4 mark of the game, depending upon if you own the DLC or not, I suppose. Actually, no, that's not right, because I became max level when I reached Deep Caverns with Garrett. I did all the DLC. So, yeah, we'd hit level 25. Let's just go for the final one. This is it. We'd hit level 25 right before entering into the Institute normally. The other things I can't stand about the game are can't say it's the wrong term. The criticism I have about the game is the merchants a little bit. I love the idea that the merchants don't purchase everything from you. I like that, actually. That makes sense. And I like that it takes some time for the merchants to replenish their inventory, and they only buy like certain select things. You can't sell the food merchants guns for it. Oh! Everyone, that's the ghost face! That's the ghost face! It does drop here! And we got it! Despite having a no dex! Holy crap! Now we just need a shrimp! Oh my god! I love this game. I love this game. I like everything about this game. So the, wow, so it actually does drop here. Interesting. How about that? Okay. Well, and you guys saw exactly where I put the fishing line. It was right here, I believe. And I got it. Holy crap. I thought for sure it'd swim away. So now I just need a shrimp. And then we completed that quest. I'm probably going to look up where the shrimp can be acquired off screen so I can go and get it. Okay, so back to Underrail. And actually, I guess we're going to put this on first. Oh, and where is my... I need the helmet down here if I want to be able to turn it on. Because the areas we're about to walk in are extremely dark. But my issue with the merchant is that I don't like that only a select few merchants, they're... Oh, no. We talked about this in the past, Tim. I was about to talk about how only a few merchants have their gear level increased. Okay, this is the area that have the crawlers in it. And there's a Death Stalker here. Oh, that's interesting. That crawler just left. Oh, we actually have a great chance of seeing them with these goggles. Really? Like, I noticed it as we approached the crawler. That's interesting. I want to say there's like 2 crawlers in here. Oh yeah, look at that! We can see it! Oh wow! Has this always been the case? That's interesting. There's a death crawler. But if you don't have your helmet equipped. Wow. Oh, holy crap, is it ever dark without that on as well. Wow. I always knew that in my hundreds of hours of playing this game, it never occurred to me that the night vision goggles would actually increase your detection by a significant amount while it's active. Like, I see allows you to see in the dark, and I just assumed that meant that it would let me, you know, see the outlook of things like this. I didn't realize it would let me see the crawlers much easier. How about that? Well, that becomes a very important helmet to keep. Thank you, Grey Army Spec Ops. Yeah, so a part of me wishes that the merchants refresh their inventory faster than what they do. It takes an hour and a half for a merchant to well, as I said, refresh their inventory. So all the items go away, and then they have new items, and their money comes back, and they're looking to buy more stuff again. That's the switch. So that will lead to Cornell's group. Guess we'll flip it. Alright, let's... So, we know that this is going to hurt, right? We saw in our fight versus whatever the mutant's name was, that this guy... these weapons are going to be annoying to fight. I think we'll try this. The man seems to have been caught off guard by your intrusion, and the same applies to his 2 comrades who swiftly pull out their chemical weapons and present them for you clearly to see. Your eyes quickly return to the person in front of you, rugged, filthy, and scar-ridden. While his cocky stare might feel sharper than broken glass, his voice not even close. Rather, it reveals growing uneasiness, despite him trying his best to conceal it. Who the hell are you? And how'd you find this place? Name's Gabriel. I've been looking for you high and low, Cornell. Hey now, I got nothing to do with that boy's death. If it's revenge they want, they ought to send their assassins to Cortec. What boy are you talking about? Wait, didn't Knight send you? No, Cortec did. They want you dead. Figured this happened. They're trying to shut me up. They're about to succeed. Okay, again. So, and this time I think we'll just fight. So we use that, we use this, we charge up to him, and we just pummel him. We will shout at these guys. Guess what, friend? We're out, and you're dead. That's a lot more like it, and that is why, if you tend to fight them, just fight. Now, we could have asked about Terry Baker and them, but as you can see, I decided not to do so. We will find out more about the Bakers later. Alright, let's store some of the garbage I don't need. Actually, we should just break this stuff down. So let's go back to our recycle. Acid pistols. Oh, right, we don't need any of that ammo. Oof, that's a nice belt. These are mechanical repaired. I think we can afford to use a few repair kits on these and sell them to Fixer. Which I'll be going back to him soon anyway, because I want to see if he's selling the Aegis plans now. Okay, let's bring the head back. Yeah, so I really want the merchants to have a lower, the amount of time it takes for them to refresh their inventory to be lessened by like, I wouldn't say half, but it would be helpful, since it. Sorry, everyone, had to sneeze. It would be helpful because it would make more sense to me. So, like, time doesn't really elapse in the game very much. The only timed quest I'm aware of is the actual main expedition quest, and even then, that's only for working for Aegis Incorporated. You can complete the entirety of the DLC without ever working for them, if you so wish. But the rest of these quests, there's no time limit. Like, the Faceless will hang out in Buzzard's shop for hundreds of hours without leaving them. So it's a bit odd that the merchants every hour and a half decide to refresh their inventory. Like, it makes sense in a way that, you know, they're getting more money, trade, I guess, is occurring and stuff like that. But why an hour and a half or so of time between them? Why not lessen it? Because it's not going to take you an hour and a half to come up with the money you need to buy the things that are for sale. It seems to be, I don't know, to me it seems to hurt the player for no reason I can, I guess thematically they're trying to make it so that it feels like time has to elapse before the next group of goods gets to the merchant. I can understand there being a time limit, I guess, between when the merchant... If the merchants had no time limit, then you might see something for sale and suddenly realize you don't have the money for it. And then you'd have to go and get cash for the item you wanted, only to have the item gone upon visiting the merchant again, right? You don't want that to happen. Or you wouldn't like that to happen. However, an hour and a half, that's a long time to wait for a merchant to replenish their inventory. If the game had a way for your character to rest for an hour and a half, just fade to black, and then come back up again, like your character could just say, oh, I'll come back here in a few days, and you click that option, and a few days have effectively passed, and now you can see what new stuff that merchant has for sale. I think that I like that idea. It would mean that you would have a far easier time getting money, however, because you could just sell everything you're picking up to the merchants immediately, rather than storing them in barrels. But I think I like that idea too. Yeah. Because the whole barrel thing, storing stuff you want to sell, and then coming back and checking the merchants and selling it, that... I don't know. That does seem like busy work, doesn't it? I mean, you're just waiting around for the merchants to refresh their inventory. I wonder how balanced the game would be if you could have access to all the Charons you would want immediately, rather than slowly gaining it over time. Would there be a difference? I'm not sure. Ah, son, here you are. What have you got for me? About the acid hunters. He smiles, lifting one corner of his mouth, while the other bites into a cigar. Did you get him, son? Oh, I did. Show him Cornell's head. He takes a look into the bag, moving the cigar from one side of his mouth to the other, his face as if he was inspecting a train schedule. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ha! Justice is served. I knew he could count on you, son. You've done a great service to Core City. Thank you, sir. I was just doing my job. You most definitely were. He gives you 600 Charons. Take this. I have more work for you, son. Now, what I'm about to tell you, son, is highly confidential. You are to mention what I'll be telling you to no one, in or out of Cortec. Get it? Beautiful. We have recently acquired a rare and strange artifact of unknown origin. We believe that, if we were to unlock its powers, we will be able to launch Cortec into a whole new area of technological advancement. Imagine that, son. I also believe, with the full support from my advisors, that this little thing of power is precisely the reason why these faces are here. I want this object secured, son, at all costs, and I want you to make sure of it. It will be done, sir. Beautiful. This is where you need to go. On the lower level of Core City, near one of the underpassage exits and drop zone, you will find a locked door. Behind it lies the passageway leading to the facility. Use this key card to unlock the door. This pass must be worn at all times so that the security bots don't rip you to shreds. He gives you the key card. That would be bad, son. There'll be a few scientists there, but other than them, no one is allowed. I'm counting on you. Keep that artifact safe and sound. For Cortec. For our future. I understand. Beautiful. That's it, son. Get going. While we're here, we may as well visit Harlan again. Yeah, so maybe 45 minutes would have been... I think 45 minutes would have been a better time, a time limit. A constraint? As to when the merchants would refresh their inventory. Because an hour and a half, ugh. I've had to wait around for merchants to sell me sledgehammer handles for 3 hours! Waiting for them to reset their inventory. And there's no reason for it. There's no reason for that whatsoever. Hey, Harlan, let me see what you have. He has not yet refreshed his inventory, so just leave. The other thing, obviously, is the entire idea of the super steel. We've seen a few times that when we had to wait around, the game would fade to black. Why doesn't it do it for the super steel? It seems like that's unnecessarily harsh to the player. Especially because you know the player is absolutely going to... I keep clicking the wrong elevators. They're going to reload the game if they don't get decent super steel. There's no way someone's going to spend 9,000 Charons on 3 pieces of super steel to have all of them be lower than 100. That's... Oh my god, I'm going to all the wrong places. That's just garbage. That really is. It could take, especially because of the time limit, right? But for getting Charons. 9,000 Charons can take you easily like 40 hours to earn in game, especially up to the point where you first get access to super steel. So making someone then wait around for 40 minutes or so till the super steel's done, and then revealing that they get absolute garbage for a late tier metal for crafting, that's extremely harsh to hit that with the to beat the player with that. That's but beat the player on the head with that idea. That's pretty rough. That is really rough. Okay, while we're here, so I'm here briefly because I want to get the other acid pistol, and then I would like to go to Junkyard to show the ghost face to whatchamacallit. We're also going to extract humors while I'm here. The other weird thing about the game, something I can understand why it's here, although I dislike... Oh, Tim, be careful. You almost decided to purge the ghost face. I can just reload the game if that happens. That'd be okay. Is farming. Lots of games have farming in them, so it's not that bad. And you can always put on, like, a podcast or something else in the background if you just don't care to pay attention to the game while you're out there and kill borers for their gizzard enzymes. But it is a bit... It can get a bit... I don't know. Grinding is always something I am torn about. You don't want the grinding to be... I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this. So... There are some games that I don't mind grinding in. Actually, no, that's not true either. I mind grinding in every game I play. But in a game like this, it makes sense for it to be there. Because you need creature bits, right? And so that means that you have to go and kill the creatures for their internal organs, so you can break them down for the pieces you need to make the drugs you want, for example. It's boring, but you can always listen to something else while you're doing it. I guess the problem with it is that since you're not guaranteed to get any particular item when you kill a creature, like it's always a percentage chance, that can get rather monotonous for you killing things for a few hours to walk out with like 7 gizzard enzymes, and then you have to go back and do it again because you want more of that drug. Like, I really should be going back to Foundry and killing the borers every single time I go off screen in between episodes. Just go back there, kill them all again, get more gizzard enzymes, go out fishing, fish up all the eels I can so I can get more electrolyte gel, because the crafting needs it. If there was like a feat that made it so that your chances of getting the internal organs of creatures was higher, that would be a good, a nice feat to take. If you were taking biology, for example. That's another thing about the game, is that the feats are really... Some are amazing, and some of them are not so amazing. Something like burglar, for example, or ninja looter, which are feats I don't think anyone takes. I took burglar with Garrett because it made sense thematically. But if I wasn't playing normal mode, if I was playing oddity, I probably would not have taken burglar because we're lower level for longer. And that means that I'm really hurting myself by taking something like that. He's not buying chemical pistols today. So we'll just have to store them. Is he selling Aegis today? No, he is not. Okay. Let's leave the pistols here. I'll leave that armor here too. The belt we're going to hold on to. Let's show Geezer Ford the ghost face. Hello, Mr. Ford. You again. About that fishing challenge. I caught a ghost face. Very good, son. I remember when I caught my first ghost face. It was in the cold caves of... Oh, very good. You still got more to catch. I still need a shrimp. Got it. Off to do some fishing. Try not to drown. I wonder what we get from a ghost face when it comes to ingredients. A rare, freakish, semi-transparent squid. Oh, actually, let's find out. We're right here at Fixer, so we should visit Fixer and pick up some crafting ingredients. Take magnesium powder, we'll grab this. I want the starting mixtures. Bonding agents, we'll take more. Actually, I don't think I need any of them, but I will need more amples. I've got enough other drugs. I think we'll take some morphine, though. Alright, if I break down this, what do I get? It's an ampule. Kynuric acid. Dangerous substance that may influence important neurophysiological and neuropathological processes. It is not particularly corrosive, though, so it cannot be used as a direct biological weapon. I think that's the first one of those we found. So... I guess when it comes... So whatever ingredient that makes... So let's take this as an example, right? The ghost face could only be found... If you own the base game and not the DLC, the ghost face could only be found in that, to my knowledge, that one area that we found it in. And or the deep caverns. So... And you have to farm it. And if you go to the deep caverns, odds are you're not particularly in the mood to fish down there. Because weight is a concern, and you won't have access to your crafting benches down there either. Oh, yeah, Tim, but it doesn't really matter. If you're fishing down there for the ingredients, you probably have the biology to craft whatever this makes. It sounds like this also makes some sort of psionic drug, would be my guess. Oh, unless this is maybe used for the super soldier drug. I haven't seen anything require that type of chemical yet. One second, everyone. Be right back. Hey, sorry, everyone. My phone was going off, and then I forgot to hit record when I came back over here. I stored a bunch of stuff in our inventory, and now we're going to be wandering over to... We'll be wandering over to the Cortec lab to get down and look at the device that he wants us defending. I'm kind of all over the place today with what I'm trying to talk about. So... I have a problem in that often when I begin talking about something, I forget what the purpose was of what I was talking about. And then I become very scatterbrained and begin talking about random other crap, trying to make up for it. And what doesn't help is I'm aware that I do this. And I think this episode has been an entire episode of me trying to make a point or two and getting confused and lost with what I've been trying to talk about. I'm laughing because of how stupid I think I sound. Ugh. Normally, so this has happened in the past, and when this happens, I will stop the recording, delete the recording, and then I will re-record the entire episode from scratch. But that's not going to happen today, because I got a ghost face in the sewer system. So I'm going to keep my bumbling idiot self speaking on the recording, so everyone can hear it. And instead, what I'll do is try to... Well, not instead, but what I'll do for the next episode is I will write down the things I mean to talk about, so I actually have an outline that can keep me focused on the things I want to discuss without getting distracted. And I don't have to kill these crawlers. Hello, Deathstalker. Let's flashbang. Unfortunately, we're dazed, and there's nothing I can do to get rid of that daze either. Oh, but you can't even penetrate the armor crawler. Ooh, nice. We resisted the poison as well. That doesn't... For some reason, I expected us to resist poisons a lot more often with such a high constitution of 10. But I guess we're just not getting lucky. Now, I have no clue where this last crawler could be. Oh, there. Oh, that's a Deathstalker again. Let's move up. Stun you. Pummel you. Oh, nice. We got a stun off as well. Oh, sorry, we already stunned it. I see you. Nice. 2 crawlers, 2 Deathstalkers, all killed. Oh. And no crawler tails. So there's an example. There's an example. We just did some battles against a bunch of crawlers and Deathstalkers, which are very difficult, and we didn't really get anything from it except a few bits of insectoid saliva, which is useful, don't get me wrong, but if I was looking for crawler tails to make crawler poison, that sucks. That really sucks. Though I suppose if I consider that farming, it's actually difficult farming as well. Does that make it better? I think so. It means you have to pay attention. Why don't you not talk about this, Tim, until you can write down some stuff so you don't sound like an idiot more than you normally do? Okay, so I don't... we can search everything in here, and as long as we're wearing that one key card we were given... Ooh, hello. We should be absolutely 100% safe from the plasma droids. There's an acid blob trap right in front of that door. I should know, because I constantly forget it's there. It is my belief that probably everyone comes into this area to complete this quest, not just if you work for Core Tech. And if you work for Core Tech, the droids are or can be made friendly to you, as opposed to if you're working for the Praetorian Guard or JKK, in which case you'll have to sneak through this area. The only other character of mine who has not joined the The only other character I have who did not join Core Tech has not made it this far in the game yet. So I can't attest that this is true or not, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Nine normal batteries, nothing else there. Looks like the scientists sleep in this area. 2 scientists? Let's pretend we're a doctor for a little bit. Maybe the Chortists won't recognize me later wearing my full combat armor. Because... you've arrived, finally! Who the hell are you? No, please! Okay, that's all. I just wanted to wear it for that. Ooh, decent quality equipment here. A lab rat. A white lab rat. You probably should not touch it. Let's pick it up and study it. Main menu. Documents. Research log 1. We are examining what appears to be some sort of electronic device. It's an irregular polyhedron, resembling a number of concentrated, intersected cubes of various sizes. It appears to be made from a very light, semi-metallic material. Its color is bluish dark gray. The artifact might feature movable parts, but none of them responded to gentle pressure, so no further attempts to reconfigure the device were made in fear of damaging it. The artifact features 1 to 6 unrecognized symbols on each of its many sides. Some sides also feature sockets, none of which comply with Biocorp or previous standards. Research log 2. The artifact does not appear to be emitting radiation or electromagnetic waves. However, due to us having a reason to believe that this object is still somehow traceable at long distances, we have taken the precaution of keeping it at a 2nd or higher level of isolation at all times. Research log 3. Most of the sockets appear to be non-functional or dormant. However, a number of sockets, if engaged in a way that disables their safety brakes, act as extremely high voltage, high direct current power sources. This laboratory does not currently possess the equipment to harvest this power, or even safely experiment on it further. Since we cannot, at this point, trace the origin or explain the manufacturing process of this extremely powerful device, it can safely be categorized as a Xeno artifact. Research log 4. Referencing previous research documents on various Xeno artifacts revealed the meaning of 2 symbols, one of which denotes direct electric current. The symbol appears among other places near the active sockets. The other one appears in a single spot near an inactive socket, and is a bit less straightforward since various researchers and xenoarchaeologists cannot agree upon its meaning. But according to them, it signifies gravitational field, space-time curvature, singularity, or one of the related phenomena such as an event horizon, or a combination of these. Okay, now I think we could leave the way we came. Ooh, that would have been dangerous to step on, Tim. However, we can go out this way too, obviously, and this way is guarded by 3 Chortists, if I recall correctly. Oh, that sucks. Well, we're not doing this. I don't have the traps skill to actually disarm any of these traps. Maybe we can get them to walk down here. Actually, we can throw a grenade. And of course the grenade doesn't hit in the correct spot. You had one task to do, Gabriel, right there. One task. You can't even throw the grenade in the right spot. think we'll need to recharge our shield quite yet. Oh, actually, we can do so with this. And we'll recharge our chest plate to full too. So that should have destroyed... That should have destroyed the acid blob trap. Okay, let's try this. This would be a good test to see if we can handle the Chortis if we do decide to fight the entire Institute. Unfortunately, she's gonna heal herself and then he's gonna do some crazy damage to us. Ooh, that was like the worst combination they could have done. Because she incapacitated me. He summoned both the doppelgangers, but the doppelgangers got to go, which meant that they actually hit me and hurt me and woke me up from being incapacitated. Now, they'll follow me in here, if I recall correctly. Yep. Blue transition areas are not, in fact... they are, in fact, traversable by enemies. But the good news is only one will be able to reach me. After 4 turns, I think they fade. Alright, they're gone. That wasn't so bad. The Chortis up there, though, they don't possess anything worth taking, if I recall correctly. Let's make... Sure. Well, that may not be true, but their armor, at least, is not worth anything. It's always been completely destroyed. Okay, so they do have stuff on them. Chemical bolt. Plan. Yeah, and the armor is useless. Not that I would want to wear it anyway. I should take the side boosters, and this will lead us right back out to the normal sewers. Alright. So, holy crap, we gained a ton of experience in this episode. Now we know that the Chortists have the faceless device, and so we will want to go to the Institute. I suppose at this point, it's a good point as any to think a little bit more about what we want to do next. I'm tempted to actually do the Institute next, and the Deep Caverns, and see how it affects the expedition. I don't think it will at all, in fact, do so, other than we would have another thing to suggest to the leader of Aegis Incorporated as to why he should hire us. But we can probably convince him to let us in anyway, with how we solved Foundry's problem. We really should do Deep Caverns last. You really should, Tim. There's no reason to do it earlier because that is, in fact, the end game height. You want to be the highest level possible before you step into that zone. The rest of the stuff we're just gonna sell. We also have Abrams quests we should do. Do I do Abrams quest before the DLC? I think we probably should. Since, there may be quests that group, the Oculus, can let us do over there in the expedition content. Okay, my mind's made up. So what we'll do is we will work on... We'll go upstairs and we'll see if Abram is in the bar. Talk to him, and I think he'll give us a task to talk to John Quicksilver, which we will do, and we'll try to do those quests next. We also still have to discover if we want to do Gorski's task or not. I'm waiting to see what you guys suggest in that regard. I think it would make sense, though, for us not to do Gorski's mission until or unless we discover that the Protectorate is actually not the good organization we are hoping it is. And everyone, I'll be right back again. I have to use the bathroom this time. Okay, everyone, all back. Let's go ahead and visit Mr. Simmons and let him know that his precious device that he stole from probably the Coronel's acid hunters has been in turn stolen from him. Ah, son, here you are. What have you got for me? I've been to the facility. Returned? Did something happen to the artifact? Did the Faceless get to it? Tell me what happened, son. Damn it! The Chortis stormed in, killed the scientists, and fled with the artifact. There was nothing I could have done. Chortists! Chortists! He clenches his fist, strikes the table, making you flinch from the sheer volume of the sound produced. Curse them! Curse them all! Those lying bastards, We never should have let the bastards into the city. He bows his head, letting it hang above his desk while his fist remains in contact with the table. It all went down the pipes. Sons of rats. He lifts his head and adjusts his suit. A steady motion of his hand as it slides across his receding hairline seems to have a calming effect on him. I need to be alone now. As you will. Wait. Talk to Harlan. Now leave me. I will. Goodbye, Mr. Simmons. And, I believe, everyone, we are about to get our player housing. Let's see how accurate I am in this. Gabriel, it's a pleasure to see you as always. Let me see what we have for sale. Ah, good. Alright, he has refreshed his inventory. We'll sell him both of those. And what is he selling? Still no super high level plasma cores. That's kind of a shame. Oh, he is selling a very nice electroshock generator. We'll take that. He's selling a decent quality energy edge emitter as well. Wow, that's a super high level galvanic vest. Is he selling the shield bit I want? He is not. He is not. He is selling... Oh, wow, the price of these is greatly lowered thanks to our mercantile skill. These are normally, I think, $16,000 for this plasma mine, or $12,000. I'm buying a 121. So this will do. Let's take all this stuff. Oof, that's expensive. 2 tactical vests, 2 pair of goggles. We'll be back to sell him more things. Let's first talk to Mr. Harlan. Mr. Simmons told me to speak to you about something, but didn't specify what it was. He nods. Despite the unfortunate outcome of your last mission, which I'm sure was something that couldn't have been prevented, Mr. Simmons is greatly pleased by your record so far, to the point of arranging for you to become an owner of one of the largest houses in Core City's residential district. Yes, you heard me right. He smiles. All paperwork has already been done. I can say you need not worry about it. You should now go and speak with a Core City Housing Corporation representative who is waiting for you in Core City's residential district. His name is Mr. Samuel Morgan, and I hope you won't keep him waiting for long. I'll be on my way then. See you later, Harlan, and thank Mr. Simmons for me. I will. Enjoy your new home. Alright, everyone, we've been playing for almost an hour, so we're not gonna do any more adventuring in this episode, but I am going to go and visit the merchants, sell some stuff, come back up here, and sell Harlan some more stuff, and we may try making the electrical hammer now. Arguably, I should wait until I can find a quality 150 or so electromagnetic discharger, but if I do find another one of them, we can just make another fantastic hammer, since I plan to get the cheat engine working on my computer today, and then with that done, I'll be able to fast forward time, and with that done, I will be able to cycle the merchant's inventory significantly faster, effectively whenever I want. So I'll be able to farm for parts more efficiently and with less loss of time, rather than it taking hours upon hours for me to hopefully get a better discharger. It'll take me just a few minutes because I'll just recycle the inventory over and over and over again. This does mean that I'll be able to also sell all of my stock here as well, I suppose. Let's take a bunch of this stuff. Let's see who's buying this stuff. Sell you this. Yes, and now the merchants, these guys, will occasionally sell stuff that is higher level as well. I do like that laminated fabric ballistic panel, but that would be good for riot gear, not for metal armor, which is what I want. Okay, let's sell this to him. And then, what are you selling? For repair kits, we should take all of them as well. And then we start taking bullets to sell these to Dercia. We'll go see what Dercia is now selling. Hey, Dercia. Alright, so I don't think I have anything you really want other than... Oh, you are buying medical supplies today, so we'll sell you 5 of these. And all the bullets. At least that many. Oh, you're only buying 3 medicines today. Alright, that's all of your cash. Are you selling anything I'm interested in? Some decent quality high foam padding. I don't know where we can get better padding from for, let's say, making a better helmet. Or better boots. We'll just do this right now. Actually, if I wanted this, I would need to hit up more inventory. Nah, we won't take that. Hello, Heidi. You are buying 4 medicines, so we can sell those 2, these 2, and we'll take back this stuff. Nope, not yet, Tim. You wanted to visit Mr. Harlan. Let's first sell the energy pistol to Halim, because Harlan's not buying one of those today. And we have more inventory, more trading power. Ooh, wow, yeah! So Halim is now selling as well, as you can see, higher quality plasma cores. Ah, that's a shame. This is the thing I'm looking for, but that's only quality 66, so that's not worth taking. I suppose, while we're here, let's see if we can in fact build a good or fantastic Thunderhammer. So let's put this stuff here and here. We no longer need the pass key. Okay, so the armor won't be something I'm going to be crafting anytime soon. So let's take a look and see what this looks like and what it requires. 54 through 85 mechanical damage, same action point, same critical chance, but also does 64 through 128 electrical damage to the primary target and 32 to 64 to all nearby enemies at the cost of 13 energy. Sorry, 19 energy, and it has 106 total energy. I would like a better hammer, the electrical components, but this is good. I think we'll make this. We'll charge it fully. The old hammer, I'm not going to get rid of. I'm going to hold on to you at the moment. Now, what does it take to make an energy sword? I've never tried to make one before. So I would need to look at machete. Oh, which I don't even know the plan for. Oscar, do you have it? If not, Junkyard has it. You don't? Okay, so we're not making that yet. I definitely wouldn't make it out of the super steel plates. Not until I have a very high-end energy edge emitter. Quality 121 is good, but I would want something that's quality 140. It's only going to be like 1 point minimum, 2 point maximum damage, but still, I think it's very important to have the best you possibly can have the moment you decide to use any decent quality super steel. Oh, no, you're still making mistakes, Tim. You wanted to sell some stuff to Harlan. And we'll do that on screen. Then we'll go and we'll take a look at our house, and we'll begin outfitting this episode as well. There's a good argument to be made that I should hold on to our precious $21,000 and spend that on a decent speeder. But I like dumping the money into the house. I've always liked doing it. We can also, off-screen, I plan to do a lot more selling using Cheat Engine to help. So, when we come back, I will show you what the results of that were. I'll also be running around and getting some more of the warp points with the juice. This way I can travel around Underrail a lot faster. What are we doing now, though, Tim? I wanted stuff to bring to Harlan. Okay, so then... he wants... Let's see, I don't want any low-level plasma cores. Sell him the goggles. Take this as well. Oh, tactical vests. I'm not sure what counts as a tactical vest, so we'll take this. And that. We'll see if these qualify. Yup, not talking. That's fantastic, Tim. I really need to write down what I need to talk about. This way it keeps my mind on track. When I do that, things are so much better for me. When it comes to filling the time with things to chat about. Okay, so in retrospect, working for Cortec definitely seems like a bit of a metagame decision for me. For Gabriel, in fact. The Praetorian Guard would have been better, I think, thematically for us to have joined instead. That's kind of super awkward to realize that. But it's way too late now. We can sell all the cores? That clears out almost all his cash. I don't care about you. Don't care about you. Oh, he is selling a shield capacitor. But only quality 108. I would want something higher level than that. I did not even see that last time. We now need to bring some more of these with us, Tim. So you should start carrying a decent quality of them on you. And I'll also want to swap out our kukri soon for a better machete. We'll go off screen. I'll probably also go back to Junkyard, and I'll pick up the machete plans from the merchant there. All right, finally time to get our home. I remember how much I was looking forward to that with Garrett, so I could make some better weapons actually with him. Because I think about this time, he was almost done leveling his mechanics. It's been interesting playing a character who's been taking almost all of the different crafting recipes up every single level. Because as I mentioned earlier, this has really, I think, helped carry us through the game. Well-dressed and clean-shaved, this elegant-looking man switches the suitcase he's carrying from his right to his left hand and moves to shake yours, doing so with a firm grip. Mr. Gabriel, I'm glad you have finally arrived. My name is Samuel Morgan, and I work for the Core City Housing Corporation as a real estate agent. As you were already informed, I'm here to introduce you to your new residence, present you with the keys, and answer any questions you might have. I can't wait to see it, Mr. Morgan. Yes, your enthusiasm is perfectly understandable, and in that case, I suggest we go inside and continue the conversation there. Follow me, Mr. Gabriel. I'm right behind you. Yup. Welcome to our home, everyone. Well, here we are now. First off, this is the entrance hallway. Care to explain why debris is blocking the entrance? Do not be concerned with it. It will be taken care of on the city's expense. Please allow me to explain the whole situation to you before you jump to conclusions. Structurally speaking, the building is in excellent condition. What you see here is only the product of an unfortunate accident caused by the previous owner, Mr. Hank Wardle, an aging northerner with too much time on his hands. What did he do? Make explosives? You can say that. At least he was successful in creating an explosion powerful enough to demolish the whole residence, if you can call that a success. Mr. Wardle had a laboratory set up inside and apparently had an interest in experimenting with highly volatile substances for reasons unknown to anyone but him. The results were his premature death, of course, and the severe damaging of the building, as you can see. Now, considering that he had lived alone and had no known heirs, this building became city property after his unfortunate demise. Now he's being handed over to you, Mr. Gabriel. Oh, I didn't realize he died. I thought the body wasn't found. Now we move to the part that interests you the most, I presume. The renovation of the ground floor will be paid for by the city. You just need to visit Core City Housing Company office so we can take care of that for you. The floor above and the floor below, however, will have to be funded from your own pocket, I'm afraid. Still, considering that you were gifted a very spacious residence in the most prestigious part of Core City, I believe the deal is indeed fair. Interesting. What can you tell me about the house layout before handing me my keys? Yes, well, the house, as I mentioned, has 3 floors. The ground floor is where the living room, kitchen, dining room, as well as several other small rooms are located. The second floor has the main bedroom, gym, workroom, and a lovely balcony overlooking the entrance to the house. And finally, the basement level provides several rooms, which can be arranged to your liking. Perhaps making a workshop if you are the crafty type, if I'm to express myself in that manner. Just please do not demolish the house like your predecessor did. I see. Can I have the keys now? But of course, here is your key. Do you have any further questions before we depart? What else can you tell me about the previous owner, other than he demolished the whole place? I'm afraid we can't reveal any more of his personal details. Any other questions? Where can I find Core City Housing Corporation? Our office is conveniently located just across the street from here. It is very difficult to miss. You've probably seen the furniture section from outside. That is the building. Now, our company offers numerous housing-related services you'll need in order to revert your residence back to its full glory. Is that all the questions you had, Mr. Gabriel? I have no more questions. Ah, well, in that case, I bid you farewell, Mr. Gabriel. Trust me, after a bit of tidying up, your residence will look as good as new. And don't forget, Core City Housing Corporation's office is just across the street. Enjoy your new home. Well, let's go ahead and spend a few $1,000s on the house, everyone, shall we? I think just like Garrett, we'll start off by getting the ground floor completely fixed up as I would like, restoring the lights and the electrical power to the house, getting the basement cleared, and then I will run around and get the workbenches purchased. You catch the man moving some heavy boxes, so his breathless but still polite greeting doesn't come as a surprise. This thin man, obviously not built for physically intensive work, puts down the last box on the desk near him, before pulling out a bright red handkerchief to wipe the sweat off his almost equally colored face. Afterwards, he steps in front of you and begins speaking, while the caressing breeze of the fan behind him cools him off. Whoa, I'm sorry. I'm Jules Pitt, and welcome to Core City Housing Corporation sales office. How may I help you? I was told to come here for my house's renovation. Wardle residence? Yes, Mr. Morgan already contacted me about that and mentioned the interior renovation. The city paid for the renovation of the ground floor only, and the renovation crew is ready to move in and get the job done. Now, if you're interested in doing other work on your home, we can discuss that right here, right now. I'm interested in what else we can get done while I'm here. Sure, I've got the necessary catalogs at hand so that you can browse through. Also, until the basement and second floor are renovated, only the ground floor can be accessed. Renovate the basement then for me. The price of basement renovation is 2,000 charons. Got that right here. Excellent, don't worry, it'll be as good as new after Core City Housing has taken care of it. I'm interested in electrical power and lighting. The residents suffered extensive damage after the accident. Our pricing for the repairs is the following. 800 charons for repairing the main power, 400 charons per floor for fixing the lights on that floor. Let's get all of it fixed. So main power, ground floor lights, basement lights. I'm interested in a ground floor fit out. Let's look at the broom closet. And I'll take some shelving for that. And the hallway. I'll take a painting. We'll take some shelves. We'll grab an electro shelf. Some drapes. We'll take blue ones. Storage lockers, we'll pay for them too. For the kitchen, I'll want a refrigerator. The old trusty C-Series is used in the most remote parts of Underrail. It still manages to keep it cool. With its affordable price of 400 charons, it simply dominates all competition. I'll take it. I'll take a freezer as well. Cortec offers several fine lines of freezers, but for you I'd recommend Cool Master Medium. We've got the newest model on discount. It costs only 550 charons. I'll take it. I'll take a bar shelf for 350. We'll pay 1,100 for the kitchen itself. How can I say no? And we'll take the dining room set as well. And we'll grab some bar stools. For the living room, show me the rugs. We'll pay the premium green rug. That'll be... Oh, actually, we'll take the blue rug for 230. For furniture, we'll take the Prestige for 1,200 Stygian coins. For wardrobes, we'll take the Black Modern. We'll grab a monitor, 1,000 coins for that. We'll take some more storage, and we'll purchase a painting as well. And now we are down to 11,000 charons. We spent close to probably 6,000 or 7,000 total with just those upgrades, which in fact most of them, well, not most of them, but well, actually, yeah, this is probably fair to say. Most of them were just for extra storage, and if you're really playing the game in a way that you want to spend those charons on more super steel, you won't want to do anything like what I just did. You really, really won't. Ah, good old home sweet home. So let's see what we purchased. So we gained some shelves right here in the broom closet for storing some junk. We get a computer rack and 2 more lockers. More shelves in this room. Oh, this is very pretty. I like this. Yep, we have a nice spacious living room. We have a decent sized kitchen with everything I could possibly want in it. Some extra lockers for storage. We didn't pick up a camera system yet, nor do we pick up any defensive systems, and I'm tempted not to do so this time around. Nice, we got our 2 paintings as well. I know that defensive systems don't do anything at all. Nothing. They won't attack enemies if they walk in here, or at least not one particular enemy that will show up much later on in the game. And here's our big empty rooms. Now it's going to be about another, I think, $4,000 to $5,000 to pick up all the workbenches, and also buy cabinets for all the equivalent rooms to store the crafting materials I want in them. And we can just leave the power on. I don't think it matters whatsoever. And that's it, everyone. That's our home. So when we come back, I'll have done a bunch of stuff off screen, and I will see you all in the next one, where we will probably start the Abram quests then. So take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I will see you then. Take care, everyone.